Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here is Nate Burnham. Hey, Nate, how are you today?
Pretty good, Kayden. How are you?
Doing good. So, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your start in music.
Yeah, so I grew up in Houston and not really in a musical family. It was more of an athletic family. But I started playing. I started playing when I got to college and learning guitar. And I had a buddy who played guitar in high school, and he passed a little bit after we graduated, and um, you know he had a lot of music that he left behind, and we were able to put that on CDs and listen to music, and it kind of almost let you you know I guess reconnect with him and learn different things about him. And I really kind of for the first time saw the power of songwriting and how it's kind of a window into somebody's life and their soul and what they're thinking and stuff. And I got really interested in it, so I started playing guitar then, and then didn't really think I was gonna be a songwriter or even a musician, but it just kind of came about in a roundabout way. I just kept playing, kept writing until, well, I got to, I guess, where I'm at today, where I'm just doing music full time.
And what do you most enjoy about music, Nate?
I mean, I'm really interested in the songwriting side of it and people telling stories. I think songwriting is a challenge too, because it seems like everything's already been written about, it's already been sung about, and there's a bit of a challenge in coming up with something new and also saying it in a different way. I think everything is pretty well been picked over, so there's definitely a challenge in being able to say what you want to say in a new way, and then having people connect with music and tell you, hey, I love this song, or this song helped me through a tough time. When you have people reach out to you like that to connect your music, that's like the best drug in the world, is hearing people sincerely connect and love your music, and just kind of makes you want to keep doing it more. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you find people out there who appreciate the music as much as you do, then man, that means a lot.
Mm-hmm. And what does a typical day look like for you, Nate?
Um, musicians don't really wake up too early, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually up by 9. But the morning is really just emails and setting up shows, and I've got a big whiteboard over here with my big to-do list of everything from merch to booking to what music I'm working on right now, media stuff I got to do with my website and
Mm-hmm.
trademarks, what I'm doing for summer tours, charity work we're trying to do. So there's probably 8, 9 different things I'm trying to balance and just check something off every single day, just to be productive and stay ahead of all the problems that come along. So really, I kind of spend the mornings doing that. My kids get home from school about 3 o'clock, so I try and be done by 3 o'clock so I can spend some time with them from like 3 to 5, 3 to 6,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that, usually I'm off, playing music somewhere, or networking, going to open mics, going to other friends' shows, doing my own shows, and so I'll spend the evenings doing that. That's usually kind of what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that you say typically musicians don't get up early because I've talked to a lot of people recently, and a lot of people say that they get up at like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and I find that really interesting that you say that. So
There's
not
some
everyone.
people
Mm-hmm.
there's some people that don't need sleep, and I don't know if I envy them or not. But there's some people that'll play till 1 in the morning, and then they'll get up at 6, and it's like the 5 hours is all that they need. And God bless them, because that's not me, right? Like, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get a nice 8 hours of sleep, or I'm just cranky and I don't quite
Oh
function as
yes.
well.
Mm-hmm.
But
I totally
know
agree.
several
Mm-hmm.
people that don't sleep, or like they'll get 5, 6 hours and they're fine. And it's like, of all the things I could have been blessed with in life, that would have been one that
Mm-hmm.
kind of nice. But
Yeah.
what do you do?
Mm-hmm. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Um, you know that really what I mean, you can only hope that your music catches on, and 5 to 10 years from now, you know you're um you're where somebody like Cody Johnson is, or or like Luke Combs or something like that. I mean, I'm friends with Jody Bartula, who he's the fiddle player for Cody Johnson. And I met him in 2010, and he played fiddle on my first album, and he was just starting out with Cody Johnson. And then the last 12 years, 11 years or so, watched them just kind of climb all the way to the top. And that's been fun to watch over the last decade, but it took a decade for them to get there. And then there's guys like Luke Combs, who kind of seemingly, well, he put out 9 or 10 number ones in a row, that he just kind of overnight jumped to it. So there's both of those aspects of music where you plan for the 10-year, 11, 15-year grind, the 20-year grind. You hope that at some point maybe you catch fire before that. And so some of that, I guess I can't really control a whole lot, but either one of those is a possibility. But really what I'm focusing on is the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year. Where do I want to be this time next year, and then doing everything I can today to make sure that happens. I mean, talk about and dream about all you want what's going to be in 5 and 10 years, but honestly, that's all kind of wishful thinking, and the only thing I can really do is just kind of control what I'm doing today.
Absolutely. But it's nice to kind of see like everyone's envisions. I guess that's where I'm more goaled at. I'm not like expecting people to know what they're gonna know.
Right,
I just like hearing their goals and their envisions. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely, full-time touring band, and I joke with some of my musician buddies in my band that I play with. I'm just like, I can't wait to get a van. I can't get it with a bus, or have somebody else driving us around. That's one of the things I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that moment.
Yeah.
But it's just funny stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely, full time, and I love performing. I love singing in front of people. Love songwriting, and so if I can still be doing what I'm doing right now in 10 years, man, I've got 4 kids and a wife, that if I can kind of keep the schedule I've got now, provide for them, and keep doing what I love, man, I wouldn't complain much more than that.
Do you have any new singles or any upcoming projects that we can look forward to, Nate?
Yeah, so I just released a song called I Got Game. It's a hunting song. I spend a lot of time outdoors hunting. There's a few. I got some deer and some elk on the wall, and they've got wigs on them because my kids decorated them for Halloween. But I love every kind of hunting. I've got bird dogs, and so we released this song at the beginning of hunting season, and it's been doing really well on Spotify and all the other streaming services. It's going to Texas radio right now, and so if you guys want to check that out, I Got Game, anywhere you can stream music.
And where can people find you on social media, by the way, Nate?
So Nate Burnham Music on Facebook and Instagram. And if you go to nateburnham.com, right there will have the links to all my social media, all the music page, and a link to the tour schedule, that if anybody wants to find out where I'm playing, you guys can come find me.
Awesome. And I know you wanted to play a song. Kind of tell us a little bit about what you want to play in the background of that song.
Yeah, so I guess I'll play I Got Game right now, and the whole thing about it is there's that phrase where people got game, or they can spit game or whatever. And I told my wife one night, I was like, hey babe, I got a lot of game in the freezer, like I hunt game. And so it's she's like, oh, okay, I get it. And I was like, no, you don't get it. Like game, like I hunt game, but I've got game. She's like, I get it. But I'm like, no, I got really excited about it. But it's just, it's kind of a play on words, just as kind of to be funny about it. But I'll play it for you guys. Well, it started with a BB gun when I turned 8, shooting coke cans 20 yards lined up on a gate in backcountry, blasting up them hills cause I'm picking up sheds like they were dollar bills, dropping magpies out grandpa's cherry tree. Right about then, well, it occurred to me that I love to hunt, got varmints on the land, hogs are in the crops, coyotes got a hen. I love to hunt, it's manna for the ticket. Morning dove and bob whites, I wrap them all in bacon. Yeah, I like my birds wild, my fence is low. Free range, fair chase, non-GMO, ain't no room on my wall. My freezer's full, ain't no money or fame, but you can say I got game. Yeah. Well, 22, 12 gauge, 30-06, hound dog trap line, bow and some sticks, yeah, what we're going for. Don't discriminate, cause if I got a tag, it's gonna get 8. You can raise a cow through 4-H adoption. Not eating meat, man, that just ain't an option. Cause I love to hunt whitetail from a stand, chase bull elk across public land. I love to hunt, it's manna for the ticket. Morning dove and bob whites, I wrap them all in bacon. Yeah, I like my birds wild, my fence is low. Free range, fair chase, non-GMO, ain't no room on my wall. My freezer's full, ain't no money or fame, but you can say I got game. I like waterfowl, upland. I got some gun dogs and some good friends. I want a big ram, grand slam. Maybe one day I will get them, cause I love to hunt where I've never been. Dream all year of going again. Yeah, I love to hunt, there's records for the making. Boone and Crockett Pope, young, I just wanna break him. Yeah, I like my birds wild, my fence is low. Free range, grass fed, non-GMO, ain't no room on my wall. My freezer's full, ain't no money or fame, but you can say I got game. Ain't no room on my wall. Yeah, my freezer's full. Ain't no money or fame, but you can say I got game. Yeah. So that was been a lot of fun, and it's doing really well right now. And we released our first song to radio this last May. The song named "Last Call," and we did really well on Texas radio, the regional radio report here, and got some cool news over the summer that I got nominated for Songwriter of the Year by the Texas CMAs. So Texas kind of has their own music chart and their own, the Country Music Award has their own award show and stuff. And so we're doing an award show at Billy Bob's down in Fort Worth, and this November. So got nominated. We get to go down there, and me and my wife, and hang out and pretend like we belong with all the big wig artists in Texas. And it's cool just to be honored and be nominated. And but if wouldn't be such a bad thing if we actually won it. If we do win it, they're going to let us play the song at the award show, so that'd be a lot of fun. So but Last Call was our first release, and then we just did I Got Game, and then we've got a lot of music lined up for 2022 that we're just sitting on waiting to put out. So we're geared up, ready to have a pretty big year this next year.
Well, that's awesome. And Nate, what is one message they would like to give your fans or anyone listening?
Man, I guess I didn't really think of anything profound to say, but I guess I came around to songwriting and playing music in a roundabout way. I didn't grow up thinking that was what I was going to do. And, I owned my own business for a long time, and it was successful. I owned a pest control company. I had some business partners, and a wife, 4 kids, but I realized I wasn't happy. It was like, I'd never really answered the question with my music. Like, is my music good enough? And never really pursued music and answered that question in my life. And I didn't really want to, it's one of those things where I thought about, I didn't want to be on my deathbed at some point in my life and regret never chasing it. And so I sold my company, sold my shares of the business, and got out and I put it all on the line to chase music. And luckily I have a wife that believes in me and is supportive, and, giving me the opportunity to do that. And so, I just think what I'm realizing is, in this whole process, is that I'm betting on myself, I'm believing in myself, understanding kind of what my gifts are, and and I walked away from probably a comfortable existence, a comfortable life, where money wasn't going to be an issue, but I just wasn't happy. And I might come up with zero, but I just feel like, hey, it's never too late to do those type of things. Never too late to chase your dreams. It sounds a bit cliche, but I'm in that process right now of answering that question in my life, because I don't want to go without, and I don't want to wish that one day I had done it. And so I can always go back to business. I can always go start another company. I can always go do those other things. But there's a window on where my music's going to be relevant, and the opportunities and the relationships and stuff that I have. So um, that's what I'm on right now. That's my, I guess, my journey, and what I'm trying to do. And for everybody that says that they connected with my music, like my music, that helps me along. And if my story or me, people say I'm so brave to do this, but it's also, I kind of felt like, man, I couldn't live with myself not doing it, to an extent. It's like I have to get out and do this. So but if that helps anybody else, push them over the edge to chase their dream, whatever it is, start another business, to do a side project, to go visit someplace, to do whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, you want to do, but you just haven't quite, worked up the want to. I mean, that's what I would say. Is it took me a while to come around to it. I wasn't born with that kind of. I had to talk myself out of a lot of excuses, and once I finally set those aside, here I am. And from here, we'll just see what happens. But I would just, for everybody else out there, man, I would just say, you just do it. And there's never going to be a perfect time to do things. Just go do it.
Totally. And lastly, is there anything else that I forgot to like to share with us today, Nate, before we head out?
No, that's pretty much it. Cross your fingers and hope we win Songwriter of the Year. That'd be pretty cool in Texas, and then just keep an eye out for us. We play mostly around Texas, but we play Oklahoma, Colorado. We did some shows in Wyoming and Idaho this last year. We're going to be doing some Utah and Arizona spots coming up this next year, and we're always looking for new places to play. And it's crazy when I look at some of the stats on where people are streaming my music.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know who's in Atlanta or Chicago that's streaming my music, but those are two of my top 5 cities right now. So that's pretty cool. So
Mhm.
maybe with your help, we'll get some people out in Massachusetts and the New England area, and then we can come out and see y'all sometime.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. I just want to say thank you to Nate for joining me right here on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. We appreciate your time to talk to us today.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Kayden, for having me.